So now we're recording. So once you're on the home screen here, you can go up to this report section and click on reports. And in reports, everybody's going to have these folders over here on the left. And if you click on the accounts receivable folder, they're going to pop up with a couple different reports. So for you guys to look on like a sales view at your individual AR, you'll go down to this AR by sales rep and click on AR by sales rep. And then it's going to pop up now with everybody in the company's AR. So if you try and find your name, so just for, let's use Adams on here. And so if I'm Adam, I can click this checkbox next to my name, and I just want to see mine. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom and just hit this drill down button. So I click drill down. Now it's just showing me Adams. And there's this show details button up here. If I hit show details, now it's going to show me all of Adam's AR on here. So it's going to have the sale name, the number, the customer name, address, city, state, zip, the day that the job was finished is this date. This is how long, how old it is. This is the original sold price. These are going to be any receipts or adjustments, which will be if we had to make any adjustments, or this also includes payments. And then this is how much they still owe us. So if you'll notice over here, this AR notes section. So when you pull up anybody's AR in the system, this AR notes section is off to the side. And you can go in and leave notes for everybody to see. So it looks like, Adam, I'm not sure if you had actually left this note or not, but somebody had. So if I'm in here in this, if I want to click on this same one, you'll notice this sale name column, the one that has all the items underlined. Excuse me, that's a link that you can click on. So if I actually want to go into this job, rather than just clicking on it and it taking me away from this report, if you right click on this, or if you're on the iPad, you just hold your finger down on it and it'll pop up and ask if you want to open it in a new tab. So click open link in new tab. And it's just going to launch a new window right up here. So up at the top, if I was on my AR report, now I can go over and I'm on this sale. And so now on this sale, I can scroll down and there's this box right here that says AR notes. In the AR notes section, you can see where he had typed in called Barb, picking up check on Friday, followed up, she's mailing it on Monday. It's going to show down here as well that it looks like someone had changed the notes. Maybe originally, let's go ahead and change the note and then it'll pop up. So in order to change that note, I'm going to hit edit. And that original note's going to be in there. I'm going to copy this because I'm going to change it and then I'll put it back if this note is accurate. So I'm just going to put in here test, test, test. And then once I put in my AR note, I hit save. Now it's going to show up that, hey, here's an AR note of test, test, test. It was last updated by the user, whoever left the note, so that's me, on 8/16. So I'm the one that last left the note. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, now you can see where it says Ryan Linder changed the AR note section from what you had before, called Barb, picking up check, she's mailing it in on Monday, to what we changed it to. So test, test, test. So if I wanted to go back now, I'm going to put your original note in it. I'm going to hit edit. You can remove what's in the AR notes section. You don't have to keep just running like a big long chain of notes down. So I'm going to remove that and I'm just going to put back your old note. and then hit save. Now it's still going to say I updated it because I physically did just update it. But if you had done that, Adam, it would show your name. Then down at the bottom, I changed it from test, test, test to the called barb. So it's going to show all your history of all your previous notes in here so that you don't have to keep copying and pasting and have a big long list of notes on the AR report. You can just go down here and you can look at anything that says changed AR. You can see the previous notes and what they were changed to. Yeah. So that's how you do your AR notes. So I'm going to click on this run report button. This just refreshes it. And so now your note still shows up down here. So if you wanted to add any other notes, this is how you get to your individual page, and that's how you go and leave a note. And any of the notes, the most recent note that you leave is going to show up in the AR notes field. So when I go and change that to test, test, test and save it, that's the note that'll pop up here. It won't be all the notes. It'll be just the most recent. And then you can click into that, and that's how you can look at the previous AR notes. So does anybody have any questions about how to view your AR, how to leave notes? Is that pretty self-explanatory? I'll send this video out so you guys can follow along with that too. But that's how you leave your AR notes, and that's how we're going to be updating them from now on. So you can just exit out of that extra window now. Is there, as far as the sales side go, is there any particular part you guys have questions on and want to see, whether it's resulting or how to create a quote or how to do anything that looks like, if we look at really quick the appointments, and then I'm going to go up here and look at all not resulted and make sure that everybody's resulting their appointments. So alphabetically, it's like Adam, your father, you got a couple here from like 8-6 and 8-9. Some of these are going to be from today. There was one that had quite a few on here. Like Matt James has got a decent amount on here. Looks like some are from yesterday and today, but we need to make sure we're staying on top of resulting our appointments when we're there, and we don't let this list get out of control like it was in CEO. So if you go to the appointments tab and you go to this drop down menu, you can click on all appointments not resulted, and it's going to show you all the appointments that have no result. So you can see there's a lot of people in here, some people in here that need to work on resulting their appointments. So that's just how you see that view and how you can check and see from this view if you have any unresulted appointments. So back to what I was talking about as far as the sales side and quoting and things like that. Were there specific questions you guys want me to walk through and want me to show you how to do? We've got some time here for me to answer any of those questions that might have come up over the last 2 weeks. Yep. Okay. Let me share my iPad screen, and I'll walk you through on my iPad screen. Okay. You guys should be able to see my iPad home screen now. Okay. So rather than doing this on the app, you wouldn't be able to do this from the app. You would want, well, let's see if we could do one from the app. I'm going to go to prospects, and then I'm just going to search for one of the test customers. Who was one of those? So I'm going to go to related here, and then I'm going to search for the sale. Again, right now I'm not I'm not doing any training right now. I'm just trying to see if we could do this from here. It's probably just going to be easier not to do it from the app. So if you're on your home screen, find your Safari and go to Safari. And I'm going to exit out of this window so that you guys can watch me. So from your Safari, go up to your search or enter website name and type in login.salesforce.com and then go. And it's going to ask you to click on login for Salesforce. You're going to log in here with the same username and password that you do for Improve It 360. And you should only have to do this once I show you how to log in. So I'm going to hit login. Now, some of you guys may not, when you go to login.salesforce.com, do you get this view or do you get a different looking site? Anybody else get a different looking site? Okay, cool. So if you don't, it would take you like a different hybrid site. Just send me an email or shoot me a text and I'll let you, I can help you. But for now, if you're seeing this view, that's perfect. So now if you're from here, it's like exactly the same view that we were just working on the desktop. If you go to reports and click on reports, then over on the side, click on the accounts receivable folder. And then you can, again, here, you can click on the AR by sales rep report. And then Tom, we can go and search for your name in this list. Is this where you were getting lost? Is this what your question was? Okay, so I'm going to click on your name for Tom, click that drop down, drill down, and then hit show details. Now you can have this list pop up. Is this as far as you've gotten? Okay. So one of these sale names, like this top one that says A Shingles Miscellaneous Products, that's one that imported for Lance Scott. So hold your finger down on your screen on the sale name that's underlined and hold down on it until it pops up here like this so that you can hit open a new tab. You don't have one that shows sale name? You got it? Okay, so then you just click open a new tab and it's going to open the second window. You see where it says AR by sales rep. And then now there's a second window over here that says sale. And then once you're on this sale page, Tom, this is where you can hit edit. This edit button kind of in the middle of my screen right now. Hit edit. And then when you hit edit, there's this box down here that says AR notes. And that's where you leave your notes. So I can put in here like test. And then up back at the top, I click save. Don't hit save and add project, just hit save. Now, since you opened it up in that new tab, I can just hit the exit out of that window and it's going to take me back to my report. And if I click back up here, towards the top of my screen it says run report. If I click run report, now if you look over to the right, you see where it says AR notes, where it says test. So that note I just put in is now in the AR notes section. That make sense? Okay. Do you guys have any questions with like quoting or resulting? or anything like that? And I know you guys have Sandy up there who's been a huge help. But if you guys have any specific questions on how you're supposed to be quoting anything, or if you have any weird scenarios that have come up and you don't know how to quote it or how to do it, does anybody have any of those questions? Okay. Uh, so which division is who's going to do that job? So is that going to be the supervisor, or is that going to be, are you guys going to have the masonry division do that work? Okay. And then would you put that revenue, Tony, to roofing? Okay. So in that scenario, yeah, that can stay on the roof quote. But if you were going to have a different division and a different group of people do it, and you wanted that revenue to go towards masonry or multi-trade or something, that would need to be a separate quote. But if you're doing a B vent and your supervisor is going to do the B vent with the roof, and you want roofing to get that revenue, that can stay on as a roof quote item. That's fine. Yeah. Yes. Correct. Yeah, that would just be as a roof quote. That'd just be under the roof quote, which would be fine. But again, if you want your appointments versus estimates to be up, then you could leave it the other way, but it'd be two separate sales for the roof. So either way works, but it'd be just up to Tony how he wants you guys to do it. If he'd rather it be just under one job, or if he wants two separate jobs to do it, that's up to Tony how he would want you guys to do it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, and again, remember the different quotes that you're leaving, those are different quotes for different trades. So if you are doing it during the roof, that'd be just one quote anyways. So that's a good question. You guys have any more that have come up? Okay. Okay. So is there anything else you guys want me to go over, or are you guys pretty set for now? Yeah. Yeah. So are you talking about if in a scenario, let me share my screen again. So you're saying like if you go out and you give a quote for roofing, gutters, and insulation, what's the best way to go and create the sale for the gutters and the insulation with multiple quotes? So the easiest way to do that is going to be to unresult the appointment. If you catch it early enough, unresult that appointment, and that should cancel the sale and the project. And then you'd have to go back and re-result the appointment with just that one quote, and then do the new sale for the other two items that you're selling. So when you unresult an appointment, it carries forward and deletes that sale and deletes the project so that you can go back, and when you result it again, it's going to create the correct sale. And then you have to go in and do that new sale process for the other two items that you sold. Does that make sense? Okay. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do it if you accidentally go and click on multiple of those quotes and sell them at the time of sale. No. So it would be fine as long as you have the folders, as long as you guys know that you would need to then reprint the folders and those old packets that you guys had would need to just be shredded. Then you would just have to go and you'd create those new folders for them. But if the job hasn't been done and produced and completed, then you'd be fine to unresult it and create it again and then just create your new folders and go through that same process. But that would be fine. I was just talking as far as if they call you like right after it happens. But either way, you could do that as long as you haven't done the jobs yet. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, there's not really a whole lot else that we were going to go over. So if you guys want to go ahead, we can go ahead and hop off here. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can give me a call or send a email to that support at bonedryhelp.zendesk.com email address. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.